Hey, this is Grant Luna with Fidelity National Title, and for today's Tech Tuesday, I'll be diving into Fidelity Agent One's lead gen calculator and showing you a couple of ways that you can actually use these. And so if you don't have Fidelity Agent One, I recommend going to fidelityagent1.com on a computer, downloading it here for your specified computer that you're using, or go to the App Store. Really easy to use on the App Store. But what I wanted to show you is a particular feature called lead gen calculators that I think are really cool, definitely an underutilized feature of Fidelity Agent One. And essentially what Fidelity Agent One is in a nutshell, for those that aren't familiar, is an app that is pre-baked with a bunch of real estate calculators. For example, I can do buyer monthly payment estimates. I just simply enter in some calculations here. I can hit compute, for example, and it'll give me the information really quick, really easy, and I can create templates out of all of these, for example. So if you want a full breakdown of how this works, check out the playlist, All Things Real Estate with Fidelity Agent One on the YouTube channel. You simply click my name under this video, go to it, and you can see that playlist. But basically, this app will create these templates for you. Out of all this information, it'll have your information here at the bottom. You can easily text or share it through the app and even make these templates out of different languages, different color designs, whatever you might want to do. So they have buyer monthly payment estimates, seller net sheets, as well as all these other calculators, rent versus buy calculators, sell to net calculators. But they also have a premium section of this app that comes pre-baked with infographics that are released every single month that talk about different real estate topics. But what I wanted to focus on today on top of that are these lead gen calculators down here. And how these work is they display the same calculators that exist within the app, such as monthly payment estimates, seller net sheets, rent versus buy calculators, but they allow you to share them. And they also come with features that try to capture some lead information from people that are engaging with that calculator. So for example, if I have this rent versus buy calculator here, I can actually text this to somebody. I can get the link for this and then start to put it in marketing material. And if somebody were to go to that link, for example, if they texted it to me and I clicked on it, or I went to that landing page, this is where they'd be taken. So they can put in a desired home price, for example, and they can say what their current rent is. And this is just this particular calculator here. And then it'll show them the difference between buying and renting over any extended period of time. And they can actually say here, want to learn more about the benefits of buying. They can select yes and then put in a name or email. So it's a great tool, great resource, but it's about actually using it. And that's what I wanted to show you in this video, is how these work, but then how you can actually maximize these. And I was thinking there's really two ways that might be easy just to start using these in some of your material. And the first would be with targeted social media ads through Fidelity Total Farm. I have a full video on that on my playlist. If you're curious, go to videos and then go to that video where I talk about targeted ads if you want to see these in depth. But I already pre-created an ad here. So I created some text that will appear. I inputted some photos from that listing that I had, and you can preview what that ad might look like here. It's a carousel with multiple images that people can swipe through on Facebook and Instagram here. But ultimately, how these ads ideally work is you have some engaging content on the front end where people, if they're on Facebook or Instagram, will see that. They'll be sucked in a little bit. And then you actually have some engaging back end to that ad, such as a landing page of sorts. So Fidelity Total Farm actually gives you a base landing page here by default, but you can change this and make it whatever you want. So it can be your website. But in this case, what I'm thinking you could do is actually use this lead gen calculator right here, and I can copy the link to it, and I can paste this in right here. So now, if someone clicks on this, and a key insight with this is just to make sure to always delete https:// You just wanted to leave it right there. So now if someone clicks on this ad, they get taken to this lead gen calculator here, for example. So they have different options on this app on Fidelity Agent One. For example, they have sell to net, sell to buy. So if I'm doing maybe a just sold, maybe I want to focus on lead gen calculators that are tailored towards sellers, for example. So I could do a sell to buy calculator here. I can hit the share button at the top right of this app. It's the same on the phone. I can select copy to get the link. Now I'll go back to Total Farm to this ad that I'm trying to launch. I'll delete this and I'll paste this new link here. Now, basically, when I launch this ad, if someone clicks on it, they'll go to now this calculator, the sell to buy calculator, and they can put in what they think their house is worth. They can select next. Now they can put in how much they still owe on their home. So they can put in the number if they know it. If they don't, it actually allows them to click this, where they can put in maybe what they bought for the property, when they bought it. So let's say they bought it in 2012. We'll just say 2010, July 1st, and hit compute. It'll tell them their remaining loan balance. They can hit use. They can use that in the calculation. It'll show them how much they'll net at close. Now they can select next, choose how much they want to use for their next property. Let's say they say 300,000, see result. Now it gives them different loan amounts. So they can say at 20% down, they can afford now $1.3 million house. They can see these details and they say, actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's contact this agent. Now they put in a name and email. You get that information. So another example would be using these in QR codes. So this is as a landing page, but now it's QR codes, because once you have the link itself, you get to do whatever you want with it. So I can come in here and maybe I've been working on trying to create valuable information at open houses. Maybe I've been noticing a lot of renters have been coming into my open houses. So maybe I want to create some material for them so I can get this rent versus buy lead gen calculator here. So now I can go to maybe a QR code generator website. And this is a great one here, qr-code-generator.com. So all I have to do now is paste this link. It's going to give me a QR code, which I can download to my computer. And so now let's say that I'm actually working on a flyer, and I can actually get that with Fidelity Agent One. So let's go back to Fidelity Agent One. I'm going to go to calculators down here at the bottom, and I'm going to go rent versus buy. And so now I can just enter in one of these. Let's just say I'll put in 5,000. Maybe the open house I'm sitting at a townhome at $600,000. I'll just leave this assumption. Down payment at 10%. I'll hit compute. And now let's just change it to 5 years. I want to see the difference between buying and renting over a 5-year time period. Gives me these numbers here, but maybe I'm a more visual person. I'll say send full report to create a template out of it. So basically you press the share button at the top right of the screen, and then you say send full report. Maybe this one is a little bit wordy for me, so I can go to templates down here at the bottom left and select owning versus renting. And then now I have the same template over a 5-year period, buying versus renting here. So it's saying it's more advantageous to actually be a homeowner. And I can bring these to the open house, but maybe I want to leave 15 of these at an open house. People can pick them up as they want, but maybe I want something engaged with that flyer so people can engage with it, maybe reach out to me really easy. And what's nice about these QR codes and this calculator is it eliminates a lot of the friction that might be there of someone having to look at this flyer, pick up their phone, put in your phone number, email, whatever it is. It makes it a little bit more streamlined. So what I can do is save this to my computer. It might be a little bit complicated sometimes to do that. So one way that I found is easy if I'm using the computer app is I go to print it right here, and this works on a Mac pretty well. And then I'll go to PDF down here at the bottom, and I can just go to save as PDF. And now it'll just save to my computers. I'll say rent versus buy. Now it's on my computer. I can come in here to a resource like Canva, which is a great free resource. And then I can just drag this file over. And now it'll be uploaded into Canva for me. And now I have the same QR code as well downloaded to the computer. So now I can basically add it onto this file. Sometimes the formatting might get a little messed up with these flyers, and I'll just show you the capabilities of Canva and how it can work. And if you ever want help with some of these things, just let me know. I'm happy to sit down with you. So let's say I wanted to put the QR code down here. I wanted to say something about scan this to see how you can benefit from home buying. And I'm going to fix this headshot over here. So I'm going to go to elements really quick. I'm going to click this square and just use it to basically white out the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to select the color up here and then white. I'm going to choose this to change the position, bring it to the front. Now I have a blank canvas to work with. Let me upload a headshot that I have saved within here really quick. I want to remove the background from that. So I'm going to select edit image, background remover. And let's see. So let's click it again really quick. Edit image, background remover. Nice. Now I can resize it. Let's put it at the bottom left so it looks like I'm pointing to this number here. Kind of like the way that looks. Nice. So now I can, if I wanted, I could just put in some text here. So maybe I can just say, my name, contact information. So I'll just do that really quick. Nice. Now I have this. And now we want that QR code. So I can actually just drag it from the computer over into Canva, basically saving it as an image into this account. I can just click it now. It'll appear on this template for me. And then I'm just going to put it over here on the bottom right. And then I could say something like, let's bring this over. I'll say, scan this QR code to see how you can benefit from home ownership. Now, if anyone gets my flyer at an open house and they scan this QR code, they'll be taken to that rent versus buy calculator, right? And they can put in the information for themselves. Now all I have to do is basically put an email, leave a name, and now I have that contact information. So these are Fidelity Agent One's lead gen calculators in action. Really powerful. It's just getting to know how they work and how you can use them. So if you saw any of this and you're interested in it, but maybe there's a little bit of the technical challenge that might be there with learning these things and how they work, I promise I'm always happy to sit down with you one-on-one and show you how they work. We can start from the very basics and get you all dialed in. So I hope you had an amazing holiday season. I hope you're gearing up for a good 2023 and building some good systems and coming up with some good marketing plans. And that's where I'm always here to help you. So you can always contact me at 310-480-1085. There's also a link in the description to schedule a one-on-one meeting with me in person or via Zoom.